And we have June 1st, 2017. We are in Augusta, Wisconsin. And we're going to start flying at 235 feet. And we'll eventually go up to 400 feet. It's about 68 degrees out, and the winds are starting to pick up. So what we'll do is start heading down Main Street here and see what we can see. And it looks like they're tearing down a building here. There's a lot of farm equipment going through town. Farmers are out busy either getting the fields ready or cutting hay or planting or whatever they're doing out there, but there is a lot of farm equipment driving by back and forth. I thought I saw a couple trucks too. I don't know, maybe they were hauling beans or something like that. Well, we have a lot of residential houses mixed in right on the main street here with the businesses. And that's kind of a unique looking building right here. I don't know what that is. The one nice thing about flying in some of these smaller towns is you really find some, I guess, architecture that you don't normally see. You get some of these older buildings and they just really have character to them. They've been around a long time, and you just, the construction, some of the stuff they do with these buildings, the skill level of the builders, are just incredible. I know in Eau Claire, when you get down into the college section of town there is just some beautiful houses that, today you drive down the road and sometimes it seems like you just look at cookie cutter houses, but back then they built them, and not all of them, but you get into an area sometimes and they just really made each house look individual. Yeah, it looks like the side of that building is gone or off. I don't know, maybe they're trying to salvage the wood. I know in old barns, when they tear old barns down, they salvage the wood. And I guess they get a pretty good price for the old barn wood. Has that weathered look to it. And they make different things out of it. So now we're kind of leaving town here, I think. Still on the main road here going through. But it looks like it's getting more residential. But looking at all the trees are all green, and when you fly in the wintertime, you see a lot of white. It's kind of nice to see people's green lawns. Everything's kept real nice. Now that's one thing it looked like flying through Augusta is looks like the places look like they were in pretty good shape. People are taking care of them. And it looks like we might be flying by the cemetery. And I think this is about as far as I'm going to go. Yeah, and I think now I'm going to probably go up to 400 feet. I don't know what I'm doing right there. I've either got a scratch or I'm getting attacked by mosquitoes or something. Maybe there's a fly buzzing around my head. But if you had to grab a wall to keep from tipping over, I understand. And there's a big white building on the left-hand side. I'm not really sure what that is, but that's a pretty big building. And now let's get her back over on the main street again. And it's time to start bringing it back down. I'm not quite sure what I had in mind here either when I was flying. But now I got to start maneuvering it around a little bit. When you're flying around trees and power wires and all that, you have to be real careful when you come down. So you have to kind of set yourself up in a good position. And then when you got the bright sun up in the sky there, when you're trying to look while you're landing there, that's kind of hard in the eyes too. So you have to kind of move yourself around a little bit so you can see the old drone up there and not burn your retinas out. But once I find the spot that I'm looking for here, I will bring it down and land. And I think that spot is right about here. So we'll get this thing back on the ground in Augusta, Wisconsin. Glad you could come along, and I hope you enjoyed the scenery.